The moment, the moment you're in pursuit of your happiness, unknowingly you have started a crime. In the sense, see, you're pursuing your happiness this way, I am pursuing my happiness this way, both of us come and meet here head-on. Out of your culture, education, you will tell me, please, get off my path. I will not. Then gently you will push me. I will not go. Then you will shove me. I will not go. Then you will want me to disappear, isn't it? What method you're going to employ, I do not know, but you want me to disappear. Anything that stands in the way of your happiness, you want it to disappear, yes or no? For sure, isn't it? Please understand, our pursuit of happiness has caused enormous untold suffering to every creature on the planet. Yes? Yes or no? We're making a bonfire of this planet. At least if you're ecstatic, burn the planet. What to do? If something has not worked for so long, is it not time to stop and look, what is the problem? The problem is just this, your whole experience of life is generated from within, but you're trying to fix it from outside. You're engineering the world. If you engineer it anymore, there won't be a world left. You need to engineer your interiority the way you want to be. Everything in the world is slowly becoming the way we want it, but are you the way you want yourself to be? This is what has not happened, isn't it? If this one thing happens, suppose right now you are joyful by your own nature, not because of anything, then you would do only what's needed in the world, nothing more, nothing less. There would be no excess in your life, isn't it? Yes or no? And when you are joyful, do I have to say, thou shalt not kill this person, thou shalt not rob this person, thou shalt not harm this person? Do you need teaching, I'm asking you? Do you need teaching? All the nonsense in the world is expression of human misery, isn't it? Yes or no? If you're feeling wonderful within you right now, I don't have to tell you, be nice to other people. It's not necessary. No teaching would be necessary. Instead of stirring up humanity, we trying to fix it with morality, and it's not worked and it's not worked. 100% it's not worked. People have just learned how to pretend. Yes? Even if turmoil is going on within them, they've learned to carry a smile on their face. This is going to kill them. The smile which doesn't come from joy is going to be a killer for you in so many ways. Smile is a consequence. It is not a purpose. It is not a thing that you do. If you're joyful, smile will happen. If a plant is well nourished, flowers will blossom. You want to pull flowers out of a plant, you'll end up with plastic flowers. And that's what is happening to the world right now. Leave the world alone, don't try to fix the world. This one person at least must be a joyful human being. You must fix this. How? Once you ask how, there is a method. As there is a science and technology to create external well-being, similarly there's a whole science and technology to create inner well-being. There are many ways to look at this. One simplest way to look at it is, suppose you lost your peace today. What happens? First dose, always your family gets it, right? You go home and yell at somebody. If it continues tomorrow, you may pick a quarrel with your neighbor. If it continues tomorrow, you will yell at somebody on the street. If it continues tomorrow, you will go to your office and yell at your boss, or some place where it'll have serious consequence for you. The moment you yell at your boss, everybody knows you need medical help. When you yelled at your family, they thought it's normal. This is a huge problem. They think it's normal to be yelling at people who are dear to you. But when you yell at somebody where there's going to be a serious consequence for you, people know you need medical help. So, if you go to your doctor, initially he tries to talk you out of it. Usually it doesn't work, then he throws a pill into you. A pill means what? A certain amount of chemicals. You put these chemicals into you, you do become peaceful. Maybe not forever, at least for a short duration. If it did not work at all these millions of people wouldn't be popping it. It does work in a limited way. Or in other words, what you call as peace is a certain kind of chemistry. What you call as joy is another kind of chemistry. What you call as ecstasy is another kind of chemistry. What you call as agony is one kind of chemistry, fear is another. Now we're talking about a technology with which you can create the right kind of chemistry. Once you create a blissful chemistry within yourself, now you're blissful by your own nature. There is enough medical and scientific evidence in the world today to show you that only when you're in a state of pleasantness, your body and your mind works at its best. Your success in the world is just this, your ability to harness the faculties of your mind and your body to its fullest. This is your success, isn't it? If they have to work at their best, the first and foremost thing is to create pleasantness within this. Nothing has been done about it. People are looking up or looking out for their well-being. It is time you turn inward for your well-being. Not out, not up, but inward. This is the only context. You must exercise this now. There is inward and outward. Inward must happen just the way you want it. Outward will happen to some extent. If you try to make the outward just the way you want it, you will become a tyrant. Outward need not happen just the way you want it. If inward is happening just the way you want it, you're blissed out, you're okay with the outside. Because inward is not happening the way you want it, you want at least to fix the outside. And it's never going to be fixed. If you over-try it, you will get into the corner of life. Nothing will work in your life. You know, I was to speak in Tel Aviv. So, I was traveling from Atlanta. I'm to land in the morning and speak at 6:30 in the evening, but I landed there at 6 o'clock in the evening because of some flight delays. In these 33 years of me being engaged with the public, I have not been late to a single appointment in my life. So I don't want to break that today. No, that's not a great thing. Being on time is not a great thing, that's what you're supposed to do. So I just changed in the airport and went straight to the venue. I'm famished because, I'm traveling an American airline, you can't eat anything on the damn plane. There's nothing edible. And I'm really hungry. And when they take me to the venue, I find out that the venue is a nice restaurant. I'm speaking in a restaurant, it can't get any better life, isn't it? So I said, this is nice. And restaurants are famous for different things. Some restaurants are famous for the quality of the food that they serve. Some restaurants are famous for the ambience that they create. Some restaurants are famous for the conversations that happen in that restaurant. This restaurant in Tel Aviv is supposed to be a place where the most intelligent conversations in Tel Aviv happen in this restaurant, not in the parliament. So, people were walking in and they were greeting me, and one man came and said, "Shalom." I said, "What does it mean?" He said, "This is the highest way of greeting." I said, "That's okay, that's your opinion. But what does it mean?" He said, No, this is really the highest way of greeting." I said, "That's okay, but what does the word mean?" He said, "It means peace." I said, "Why would peace be the highest way of greeting unless you're born in Middle East? In South India, if somebody comes up to me in the morning and says, 'peace,' I'll say, 'What's wrong with you?' Whatever you're deprived of becomes the highest thing in your life. 5 days if you have not eaten, God appears. What? What? What will you ask for? Food, of course, isn't it? Whatever you're deprived of raises to heavenly conditions, because we have deprived ourselves of that. Food, water, things around you have to come from outside, we have to procure that. There is a certain amount of challenge in that. But your peacefulness, your joyfulness, your love, your blissfulness, your ecstatic nature, all pleasant or unpleasant experiences, 100% are generated within you. At least here you must be generous with yourself, isn't it? Yes? Maybe you don't have enough money, but there's no dearth for peace and joy. You're messing it up because you have a phenomenal machine on your hand, something that can do tremendous things, but you have not even cared to look at the user's manual. You want to somehow… somebody has given you a computer, you think it's a hammer, it may work. If you take your laptop and bang something, it may work, all right, but that's not the best way to use it, it's capable of something else.